Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be setting up the month of November in my memory planner. We'll decorate a monthly spread and a currently page in an autumn floral theme, so come plan with me. And I've got some washi tapes here ready to go, along with some wall washi paper I'll be using, a couple of brush pens to use throughout the month, these Happy Planner sticker books, and this Planning Things sticker book, which I'll pull from. Okay, you guys, let's lay down some wax paper and get started on the design for this month. I have an idea of which stickers I want to use. There are these really pretty florals that I feel like the colors and the tones are perfect for a November spread, so I'm going to try to bring these in. The ones in this newer seasonal floral sticker book have more of a pink purple tone to them with some browns, but they definitely lean more towards like deep pinks and purples versus the ones in this other sticker book that came out a few years ago, which have a mix of that dark purple but also some bright orange. Now, I thought I might be able to mix these two together since I don't have a ton of those florals left over in this older sticker book. We will see. I'm not real sure exactly how to combine these together just looking at them as is, but we'll try it out and see what we can make work with those. I've also got another older sticker book. This one is from Planning Thing, and it came out maybe 2 years ago in the fall. Really love the leaves in this sticker book. I did a spread when it first came out and loved it. I used the entire page almost of leaves, and so I've been hoarding these ones for a couple years now just because I like them so much and I don't want to use them. But I think it's the time. It's already November. If I don't use them now, I'm probably not going to use them for another year. So we'll see if I can incorporate those into these floral clusters and make the vibes feel a little more fall, a little more warm as well in tone. So I don't have a ton of these floral stickers in the clear form. There is a couple of pages of paper stickers with this same floral pattern in that newer Happy Planner sticker book, but not very many in the clear. So I'm going to try to make them go as far as possible. I do have one other page that I'm going to be doing in the same theme. I'll be doing like a currently back page to this spread. So I want everything to feel cohesive and as part of the same, like I said, theme. And so I want to make sure I have some of these florals reserved for that page. And because of that, I'm going to have most of these kind of going off the page a little bit so that I can double up how much I'm using and where. I tried to cut this one in half with my precision cutter and just did not push hard enough. So we'll go ahead and hand cut that apart. Had the line at least ready to go, so it was fairly straight, which is why I like to use a precision cutter to get that nice straight line. Since I am using half there at the top, I'm going to try to save that other half for somewhere else. I decided that because I don't have that much left over to work with, that I'm going to stick with 3 major clusters here on the monthly. And that really led me to move that top piece over to the side so that I could create more of a triangular shape here with the clusters. And now I'm adding in some various leaves from that Planning Things sticker book, again to make it feel a little more fall versus just floral. Playing around with how to layer them and what colors I want to bring in. I also pulled in a quote that I didn't mention from the seasonal fall Happy Planner sticker book that says Season's Greetings. That was the only quote in the tone that kind of leaned more brown, and I felt like it's not perfect, but could work, seeing as the holiday season pretty much starts at the end of the month. So I brought that in the sidebar, and we'll see what we can do with that. I've also laid in some washi tape. I grabbed this deep burgundy washi tape for some added color. Thought it was a good tone to match up with those florals. I'm really going to lean more into that deeper red-purple tone and keep the warm tones as more of an accent. So we'll see how that turns out when we're all done. I'm also going to bring in a little bit of the script washi as well. I thought about bringing that in kind of last minute, and I think that just adds a little bit of something extra that I felt that the spread was lacking. So we'll bring that in. Also make an adjustment here to some positioning of the leaves I brought in, just to make that top washi fit a little bit nicer across the top. And then pepper in more of that script washi in the other two clusters. And okay, so I'm looking to see if there's anything else to bring in here, but I'm not real sure. Like I said, there's only one page of the clear floral stickers, and I don't like to mix paper stickers of the same type with the clear. They just usually have a different vibe to them, and just personal preference, but that is usually not the way I like to go. So I'm just trying some other things. Really thought about bringing in that wall washi, but it just introduced a much warmer vibe to the spread, and I ended up not really wanting that. So I put that back to the side and decided to start moving things over to the spread. So now I am laying in that bottom corner and whiting out the lines behind the stickers so that the lines don't show through. I will lay in this washi tape as well, kind of lining things up along the bottom to not take up too much room in that functional space. If you've never seen my memory keeping, the way that I use this spread is each day I write in a highlight. Sometimes I'll add doodles or just something, cutesy to make it look fun and interesting. I really like to keep it fairly low-key, simple, but do use all of the boxes. So I try not to add too much decor in the functional space when I am designing these spreads. I also am going to go ahead and replace that quote. Now that I've added in that black and white script washi, I just felt like a black quote would be a little bit better and match well with that script washi, bringing that in. So I'm going to go ahead and replace it with another one from that same book. It says, "So very thankful." I'll also white out the boxes behind this big floral cluster just to make it nice and clean behind there. And drop in that quote as well. Also drop in this washi tape at the top. Try to make sure I'm getting a nice straight line there and not putting too much tension on the washi so that it pulls on the page. Sometimes I need to release that tension once I've laid it down just to make sure that the page stays flat. I also really like the positioning of this, the way that it mirrors the bottom, but it does run into this 2024 header. I'm going to figure out what I want to do there, whether or not I want to white that out or if I want to do some kind of enhancement or cutout. We'll see. I'll also prep the side for this last cluster here, whiting out some of those lines behind it, making it look a little bit neater. And I'll just lay that in and trim off any excess. I do like to save bits and pieces whenever I can from the trimmings to reuse, and so I will put some things to the side there for use on the back. And here I decided to use that same white pen to trace out the hidden layer of the 2024 at the top, just so it kind of pops out from behind the washi tape. And I think that worked out pretty well. It's a good solution without having to do a large whiteout and hide the 2024 completely. Okay, we're on to the back. Again, I decided to pull another black quote from that same book to tie in with the one on the monthly spread. And I have those 3 clusters of florals left over, so I'll start bringing those in and figuring out where to place those. Using that same technique of layering in a few of the fall leaves from the Plan Anything sticker book for more of a autumn feel. Trying to mix in some orange tones on this page as well, since there was a little bit more on the monthly spread, and I thought that adding in a little bit here would be a nice tie-in. There's also these nice large weekend boxes that I think will be perfect for writing in the movies, books, and TV I watch throughout the month. That's pretty much what I track on this page. I like to keep it simple, but it is fun to have that as a reference, specifically when I want to talk about things with friends, and I can never remember what I just watched, so it's a helpful tool to use as a reference for those kinds of conversations. And of course, I am continuing to layer in more of these leaves into each of the clusters. Again, laying them out kind of in a triangular fashion just helps balance the spread a little bit more. And then I will put in some of the script washi as well and figure out where exactly to put it. I want to have a little bit in each cluster, so just figuring out what works best with each cluster and the positioning of that. And since I needed a smaller piece for this sidebar, I ended up switching that out for a piece I didn't use on the previous spread. Now I'm just layering in this final piece here at the top with that script washi. And okay, let's go ahead and start moving things over. I'll drop in this first cluster, trying to avoid those holes in the spine so I don't have to clean them out, but it was kind of unavoidable, so I will have to do a little bit of clean out here at the end. And then we'll drop in the title of Happy Fall and layer in those boxes. I think I want to move this cluster over first, and then the bottom one, and then we'll lay in the boxes on top. There was a little bit of layering, so I want to make sure I'm tucking this one box underneath the upper box so I don't cover any of those florals there. And of course, need to straighten out the boxes to make sure that they're going in nice and straight for this spread. Just some final trimming here. Clean up the edges. And we'll smooth everything down as well with my sticker spatula. I think that's going to do it. I do kind of feel like I could add some more, and then remembered, oh yeah, I have this washi tape that I haven't used yet. So let me drop some of that in on this back page. And I just kind of on a whim decided to place it where I did, but I think it works. And I will trim off the excess. I do kind of feel like this spread could use a little more of something, and I have this one floral cluster left over, so I'm trying to fit it in, but it really doesn't work anywhere that I'm thinking. So I play around with positioning, but really I don't think it's going to find its way onto these spreads. Just looking through, see if there's anything I missed that would be a good addition. I like how it looks, I just always feel like I could do more. It will look very full at the end of the month once I'm done filling things out. Now go ahead and clean out these holes now, just using my precision cutter real quick. And finally, I will add in some headers for these boxes. Again, just kind of tracking the books and TV and movies that I consume. And once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye.